Mike Payne.
Hi, I'm Maya Mohin.
And this is Showbuzz. Each week we watch one of our favorite television episodes and we recap it for you.
This week we're watching The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 7, start to finish, the mid-season finale.
We were really hoping one of our good friends, Heath McEachin, could join us today, but due to a scheduling conflict, he was unable to join us. So we wanted to give a shout out to Heath, say we were thinking about you, and we stole all your ideas.
They were really good, thanks. So this is the mid-season finale, and with that comes all of these expectations of what's going to happen and how exciting is it going to be and all of that, right? Mm-hmm. I liked it. I thought it was a great mid-season finale. I thought it was truly a cliffhanger of an episode, and it made me really excited to see what's going to happen in the next 2 months.
So I like this episode also. They left this was a true cliffhanger because there's a lot of loose ends that they need to tie up. What's going to happen with Glenn and Enid? What's going to happen with Maggie? What's going to happen with the group walking out into the to the zombies? So it's stuff like this that makes it really hard to be a Walking Dead fan because now I know I have to wait these 2 months until we see what happens, and it's like I'm just going to be biting my nails the whole time. I'm like, oh, what happened? It's kind of like what happened with Glenn, but that was only like 3 weeks. Now we have to wait 2 months.
Yeah, it's frustrating and annoying that now we have to wait 2 months, but that's the sign of a good show, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Let's talk about Sam really quick. He's still up on the second floor, refuses to come down. His mom is obviously making his dinner and sending it up to him, but apparently he's not eating it all because there was that one little scene where he left a cookie and there was a bunch of ants that were eating the cookie.
Look at him too, like he's visibly getting weaker or like, I don't want to say sicker, but you can see these really dark shadows under his eyes. His clothes were like baggier than usual.
Well, I do have one thing to say about that cookie and it being swarmed by ants. Is that a symbolism for the zombie horde towards the end?
Sam was also drawing a picture, right? Like you could see him drawing a picture of this kid tied up to a tree with like 2 people on either side of it. Did you know what that was about?
I have no idea. I really don't. I don't know if that was something that was earlier on in the show that they had mentioned, and then I kind of just missed. But I feel like knowing this show, that it's so symbolic that it probably meant something.
Yeah, so if you guys know what that was, leave us a comment down below. I'm curious to know what that had to do with anything.
I thought it was interesting that Sam was listening to like this record player with this 1920s type song on it. Like they didn't have any like hip hop or
One Direction.
There was
what do kids Sam's age listen to?
Yeah, like Sam is, I don't know, like 12 years old. So this is a kid that lives in a world of like Xbox and PlayStation and all these like gadgets, and he's listening to a record player. And not only is he listening to a record player, I give him the benefit of the doubt on that, but he's listening to this really old song. Now, I didn't know what that meant, but Heath made a really good point. He reminded me that the song was Tiptoe Through the Tulips, which again was probably some more symbolism for at the very end of the show where they had to walk through all the zombies.
I mean, I didn't have as strong a reaction to the music as you did. I think everybody's inherited everything that they have in those houses in Alexandria. So I don't think that it was his. I don't think the record player was his. I think it was to set the mood for the episode. It just starts out with this like really like kind of haunting sort of music. So how about Maggie running away from that horde in those skinny jeans? I don't know how she did that, and she like scurried up that ladder and then like hauled her skinny little butt up onto that ledge. I don't know, I'm telling you, this zombie apocalypse like workout regimen is unbelievable.
I know, first Glenn climbs up under a dumpster, now she's like jumping up on ladders.
Yeah.
So they should definitely audition for American Ninja as soon as they...
Totally.
Glenn and Maggie should be on American Ninja as soon as they are done with the zombie apocalypse. Glenn and Enid are stuck outside the walls of Alexandria and they're trying to figure out a way to get back in. Glenn is still trying to convince Enid that everything's going to be okay and that she really needs to like step up her game in order to get back into Alexandria and help save everybody. I am so torn on this because I think Glenn is doing an honorable thing, but Enid's being such a brat at this point. It's like, at what point do you have to just cut ties and save yourself? I feel like this is coming really soon for the Glenn and Enid story.
So I can see your point. It's getting a little bit old, and
Yeah.
I mean, but also then again, looking at it from Enid's perspective, she's a kid. She's a kid, and she's having a reaction the way a kid would about losing yet another family.
Yeah, but I mean...
And I mean, did you notice how when Glenn said that Maggie's pregnant, that her face totally like changed? And I think we will see Enid come back.
There was that scene where Glenn walked away from Enid, so I thought that was kind of cool because you can tell that he's like had it. He's like, look, either you step it up or I'm leaving you. And she followed him, so she could have just bolted. She could have just left, but she still stayed. So there might be hope for Enid yet. The jury is out.
The last episode left us with seeing the watchtower fall onto the wall, and so now we get to see what it actually looked like with those hordes of walkers coming through the gates. Those zombies were kind of hustling. Like, I'm used to seeing them kind of like boom, boom, boom. But they were like walking pretty fast.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Black Friday sale on humans in Alexandria. they were trying to get their grub on as quickly as possible. So we came up with this new list. The top 5 biggest assholes on The Walking Dead.
You know who you are.
Hello? Anybody home?
So number 5, Shane Walsh.
Okay, easy. He slept with Rick's wife, and he tried to lure Rick out to kill him.
Number 4, Ed Peltier.
Oh yeah, really bad man. Carol's former husband used to beat her. Giant asshole.
Number 3, the governor.
Oh yeah, enough said. He's like the governor of assholes.
Number 2, Lori.
Oh yeah, Lori. She's an asshole because we just don't like her.
And the number 1 biggest asshole on The Walking Dead is...
Drumroll, please.
Ron
Anderson! So Ron is an asshole, the number 1 asshole on The Walking Dead, because he basically single-handedly engineered the entire second half of that mid-season finale.
Up in the garage, and Ron tries to kill Carl. Like, what's up with that, man? Like, what are you trying to kill Carl for? Like, over Enid? Like, really? Like, how long have you even known Enid? Like, you couldn't have known her for that long. Like, these people who, like, it's kind of like when Tyrese got mad that his girl got killed.
And they'd been together for like one episode.
Like a minute, like a hot minute. And like he was ready to just like kill everybody because this chick was killed.
Well, I think that Ron's angst wasn't just about Enid. I think it was about the fact that Rick killed his father, and now he blames Rick for all of the trouble that Alexandria's faced. Because prior to Rick and their group's arrival, Alexandria was a sleepy, isolated town. And now I think Ron is just blaming Rick for all of that.
I think Carl had the best line of the entire episode when he's like, I was like, I get it, man. My dad killed your dad, but your dad was an asshole. Like, that was the best line I've heard. That kind of makes up for everything else that happened in this episode. And that makes up a lot for a lot of things that Carl have done in the past.
True.
Yeah, because he was pretty little badass when he said that.
Yeah, he went through his little phase earlier, being kind of a little bit of a shit.
Yeah.
But he was totally.
Yeah, that was a really cool scene.
How did you feel about him not ratting Ron out?
He kind of ratted him out because his dad. I think Rick. I think Rick and Carl have like this kind of unspoken thing going on with them. And so Rick knew enough to ask, is everything okay? And when Carl said, yeah, I got this, I think Rick knew that something happened. He just didn't know what happened. So that they might touch on that again.
You know, Sam, if he makes it through that tiptoe through the walkers business, I really feel bad for the kid. I don't think he can handle it. But if he does make it through, I bet you he's going to turn into Lizzie Samuels from, season 4?
Yeah. I think Lizzie was crazy anyway. Like, I don't think it took a zombie apocalypse to make her crazy. I think that she was destined for the cuckoo house.
Anyway.
Sam, he's just traumatized by the events of everything that's going on around him.
So, Deanna. You know, there had to be a death on this episode. I know that. That's just the nature of these kind of mid-season finale sort of episodes. So that's fine. I wasn't that sad about Deanna's death though, because I feel like her whole character arc was complete by this point. I feel like It was a really nice sort of tribute, the way that they like treated her death in this episode. You know, I thought that the scenes between her and Michonne were awesome. I thought it was so moving to see Michonne so moved by Deanna.
Normally when a character of Deanna's importance passes on this show, I get really choked up. Like I was choked up when Bob died, I was choked up when Tyrese, Herschel, Dale, all those guys. I get kind of emotionally attached to these characters. But I wasn't that sad about Deanna. I can't really put a finger on why. She was definitely like on that pulpit, like, I'm about to die, but y'all carry on type of thing. It's really cool to see her story arc, because she went from this really well-meaning yet naive leader of the group to this strong character, and she just so happened to get bitten. Eugene, Tara, and Rosita. I used to be a really big fan of Eugene, even in his like kind of like quirky ways and his mentioning of his hair and everything like that. I like Eugene. I thought he had some pretty good qualities. But these last couple episodes, I've lost all kinds of respect for him. Why is he still afraid of the zombies? They shouldn't pose that big of a threat to him.
He needs to go. Did he make the asshole list?
He didn't, but he's on there somewhere. He hasn't put anybody's life in jeopardy yet. That's when he starts making that asshole list.
That's true.
But he's getting really close.
Carol and Morgan. That was interesting, and I think it was something that we've been waiting for, is the interaction and engagement of those two characters together. I thought it was cool when Morgan was like, look, we have to have this out, but we don't have to have it out right now. And you could see that sort of relieved some pressure with Carol, who then turned around and snuck out and started a fight, and then all mayhem ensued.
I thought it was really cool that Morgan basically took Carol off the top rope with that suplex move he did. Like, this is like WWE in the apocalypse at this point. For me, it's really hard to say who's right and who's wrong in this battle. Some parts of me agree with Morgan, some parts of me agree with Carol, so I have to just like meet them in the middle on this, and I guess they're gonna just have to battle out to see who wins.
But then, like, look at what happened. So the two of them, Carol and Morgan, are getting into a fight, and Morgan knocks Carol out, but then in the middle of all of that, Wolf guy gets up and knocks Morgan out, and then takes Doc and like holds her hostage, just as Eugene, Tara, and Rosita bust in through the door.
With whatever happens with the wolf is also relatable to what happens to Morgan. Like, if the wolf kills somebody, then we like Morgan that much less. I think the wolf is going to use her as a sacrificial piece to get himself out. So he's going to like throw her into
use her as a shield.
Yeah, he's going to use her as a shield and throw her out there in front of a bunch of zombies. And man, that's just... And that goes back to Morgan. Like,
He put her in that position.
That's all of Morgan.
Where was Aaron in this episode?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Where was he? Aaron, where are you?
Yeah, Aaron, seriously, dude.
Come back.
Like, out of all the people that goes missing at this point,
yeah, we need you.
They need Aaron the most, because he's the one that knows the inner workings of Alexandria and how they could probably escape from everything. Because he's in the city somewhere. They haven't even shown him. Like, I mean, they haven't even shown him like in passing or like in a group or something like that.
Maybe he's on vacation. The actor.
I don't know, maybe. Kind of like that vacation that Glenn took when they had to kill him off for like 3 weeks. So the most important scene in this whole episode was the scene where the group leaves Jesse's house and they start walking out into the zombie horde. We have no idea who's gonna make it. If I had to guess, I would say at least 3 of those characters are gonna die.
Ooh, 3?
I would say at least 3 of those
Which
characters.
3?
I think Sam definitely is gonna pass.
Agreed.
I think Jesse's gonna die.
Ooh.
And I think maybe Father Gabriel.
Oh, finally. I don't need Jesse. Interesting.
Well, I say Jesse because I've read the book. So that's how she passes in the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this scene comes straight out of the book. So I'm guessing that Jesse passes. The Walking Dead show can be a lot different from the Walking Dead comics. So I know they're setting it up that way, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's the way it's going to go down. What's going to happen is one person's going to get attacked by the zombies, and then somebody's going to try to save them, and they're going to just all swarm. So 2 or 3 of those people aren't making it out of our next episode. So that was our show for today. What did you think? Leave comments down below. We're going to take a little break while The Walking Dead's in their mid-season hiatus.
Yeah, and we've had so much fun filming this. Like, so this is 7 episodes we've done. Also, A+ for us sticking with this.
No doubt.
And we want to thank our friends for joining us, Kevin Pescucci and Nat Mercandetti, for joining us on these episodes.
So don't forget to follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
And subscribe to this channel.
Bye.
Bye.